Commence primary ignition.
I'm Aiden Barton. I play Baby Luke and Leia, and you're watching the Virtual Cantina Network.
Wow, brand new bumper there. Thank you very much, Mr. Aiden Barton. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another week of the Virtual Cantina Watch Along. We are in the middle and towards the tail end of spooky season. I'm Spencer. I'm one of your hosts. Running Chewy tonight is Senor Dave. How are you, sir?
Hello there.
And in the role of Jeff is Skip. Hi, Skip.
Welcome, citizens of the Republic.
Wait,
I'm sorry. That's a different show.
See, Ashley, you got it right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another week of the Virtual Cantina Watch Along. We are going to be watching the finale of season 1 of Ahsoka, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, or something like that. With Jedi, the Witch, and the Warlock, or
Star Wars Narnia.
Yes.
Well, technically, Liam Neeson is the lion.
Here we go.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
6 degrees of separation. Now all you got to do is work your way to Kevin Bacon.
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 Starnia. There you go.
I was on a whole other planet there. I was like,
yeah. I mean, hey, Dave. Time for a new shirt. But we're very excited about what's going on around Star Wars, especially considering the fact we are about 5 weeks or so away from Skeleton Crew, which is going to be
finding out new stuff, man.
I know. We know who the directors are. We know run times. We know who the main cast is going to be. All the actors, I found out today, all the actors were playing all the pirates, which is really, really cool.
I was excited that we heard a new character this week.
Yeah.
Is Teak is back, man.
Yeah. But it's not Nika Botello, which makes me sad that, original actors are not getting the nod, but happy for the character. But as we mentioned before last week, we had New York Comic-Con, which I know Ashley was there, and our lawyer Tony was there, and Liberty was there. And Liberty had a really great meetup. Thank you to all who showed up for that. It was a nice turnout for New York. Very happy with that. But we are 1 week away from the Rhode Island Comic-Con meetup being hosted by David. No, they're both not going to be hosted by me. I was waiting for a double bird tonight. Of course, she's very awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Very excited about Rhode Island Comic Con next week. A lot of great Star Wars peeps. Great Back to the Future. Unfortunately, half the Police Academy people canceled, which made me grumble. But now I'm meeting Jonathan Frakes. So Riker, Captain Harris, I don't know.
He and I share the same birthday.
Oh.
But other than that, everything else is going really good.
You need to find a chair in his vicinity to do the maneuver.
Yes. We should start a conversation with him saying who had a better maneuver, Riker or Halder?
See, but be interesting. I don't know if he even follows the other fandom. He might not even have any idea what that is.
He might. I mean, I know he's directed like the Orville and some other shows, so it's possible.
Possibly.
He might know.
Because, yeah. But the Orville is technically Star Trek anyway.
It is. And what's interesting about that show, besides the fact that it's awesome and that everybody should watch that show because it's awesome, is the pilot episode was directed by Jon Favreau.
Nice. That is
Which is-
yet another like complete and total fandom he's created.
I know, right? So, but anywho, so Skip, how's everything going down in Nashville?
Slowly but surely progressing. The larger metropolitan areas, I think, are the ones that they focused on the most and worked their way out. But now they're starting to get to the northern counties. Oh, he voiced Davidson. Okay, cool. Ashley is just full of good information tonight. But yeah, no, it's getting better. I was talking to a guy today. This tree fell on his garage, and he's a grading contractor. And he was telling me about some possible eminent domain stuff, and I was like, "Oh, the lawsuits are about to begin."
Mm.
The River Arts District, which is known for a lot of artists in the River Arts District, otherwise known as the River Arts District, and the city was stopping some of the cleanup. Yeah, it's kind of right there in the title. They're talking about all kinds of stuff there. Plenty of work going on. I guess Jill Biden's coming tomorrow.
Yes. So that's more traffic for Skippy.
Look, yeah, I was complaining to Dave today while I was in traffic, and I was like, okay, here's another example of the traffic slamming in Asheville.
Yep, all the peoples want to be there.
Yeah, at least Biden had the decency to stay up in a helicopter and not mess up our traffic. Of course, he was here right after it happened too, so that was probably a good thing.
Yes. But I'm glad you're doing well. You know, like I said, we've talked about several times. It's it's a double-edged sword. It's like you talked about like how you need the business, and then something like this happens, and then you're overrun with business, but you'd rather have business the other way as opposed to
it's just a different way of doing what I do.
How are the leaves, Skip?
The leaves are really pretty. If it was earlier in the day, like if we did this show at a decent time, I could point the camera out the window and you could see the reds. The reds are really strong right now. Now there are some areas like up on the higher mountains that the trees got whipped around and the wind took the leaves. But like in my area, it's beautiful out here right now.
Very nice.
Please. Us New Englanders, we invented the leaf color changes. We are all about those leafers. Come on, man.
You live in Boston. Have you even seen a tree? Are there even trees in
trees? There's trees in Boston. Well,
evergreens don't count.
I mean, but it's lovely. You head towards Worcester. You head towards Springfield.
Trees that are completely surrounded by concrete don't count.
We got the Blue Hills. Yeah, you see? This is what Ashley gets it.
We make a lot of money off the leaf peepers, but unfortunately the leaf peepers are not going to be around too much this year. But hey, look, Biltmore opens up November 2nd, so I'm excited about that. They opened up about, 20 miles of the Blue Ridge Parkway inside of North Carolina, which really they said, look, nothing's going to be open that's situated on the parkway. Be careful about hiking trails because there's tree downs all over the place, and I'm laughing at Sherry. And then there's a section of Interstate 40 in Tennessee that has opened up, and but no commercial traffic, and it's really for the locals as much as possible.
Yeah, and to appease the peepers, because that's why they open the parkway. Is you gotta get the peepers in so people can make the money.
Yeah. It's there's plenty of videos. Watch them. I post a few on Facebook, and they're no joke.
I mean, they have a full episode about peepers. Family Guy about the leafers going to Rhode Island. So
We
it is.
love the peepers here. The peepers bring their money. We love the peepers.
Oh yeah, they come up here for the peepers, for the leaves, and for the chowder. You know.
We love the peepers here.
No, Sherry. No, you're not. Overall.
But anyway, folks, we are watching tonight the finale of Ahsoka, and it's really intriguing, considering the fact that, first and foremost, like everything that's happened since Ahsoka ended, a lot of us have met several members of the cast, and they're all just absolutely fantastic. I mean, I know all of us have incredible stories of Diana Lee and Santo. Skip, you forgot to meet her, didn't you?
Yeah. I met Rosario, Diana, actually in the same weekend. Talked with her husband, Bob, and
Ron.
Sorry, what?
Ron.
No, I had it was a nice weekend. She was very sweet. Rosario was signing wasn't it your buddy that had the pair of yoga pants that she wore in
Yes, in Clerks 2.
Clerks 2, yes, Clerks 2. And then I went to see her do her panel, and somebody asked her, "What's the most strangest thing that you signed?" And I went, "Those yoga pants you signed just earlier today." And she looked at me and she goes, "Yep."
Well, that's always fun, is finding the new and unique and the item that people have never signed before. That's what you got to do. And I mean, it's not unheard of. I mean, Barry Bostwick brings his own underwear to sign at cons.
Nice.
Yes, and I mean, I met Diana at Fan Expo Boston this past year with Iman, but Dave and I and MVO, just on a random let's walk by the 501st booth. Oh look, there's Morgan Elsbeth.
There she is.
Let's go say hi, kind of scenario. But yeah, the casting of Ahsoka is fantastic. We were very fortunate to have Gerald Prescott with us at Boon to Eve at Scum and Villainy this past year, and she was just great and loves being part of the fandom as well. We're very fortunate that we've had some really incredible actors who are fans, be able to be part of the wars. I don't think that you would enjoy it half the time if it was just a paycheck, if you were not a fan at one particular time.
Yeah. I can't imagine having to be in this universe and just, absolutely hate it. And I swear, and this is my headcanon and leave it alone, that even Harrison is not as money grubbing and Star Wars hating as he puts on just because that's what his shtick is now.
Well, he is the inventor of the ski prequel, so
he is.
No, I would agree with you as well. I mean, he said recently when he got one of the awards that there you go, you see exactly because Harrison said so. But he said that he would not have had the life he had if it wasn't for the fandom, if it wasn't for Star Wars. Every person who is out there, whether you agree with them or not, he's just a grumpy old man that wants to stay off his lawn. Absolutely, I completely understand.
I identify with that.
Yes, however, it just depends how deep their understanding or knowing how much the fans mean to them made their bread and butter. I mean, let's look at Carrie. Carrie, for example, she embraced the fact that she got everything she had, as in her career because of Leia. You know, she's had figures and signage and statuettes and everything of that nature in her, you know, in her living room. And several people I know have gone up to her and said, you know, you were my first, you know, celebrity crush because of Princess Leia. And she just started making out with fans, like online or in the panels. She totally embraced the fandom in that capacity. It's
literally
exactly right. But it, you know, and by the way, R.I.P. Carrie, who her anniversary was the other day. We love our space princess, miss her greatly. But you know, you got to have a love of Star Wars in one capacity or another, because otherwise, why would you? Even if you didn't know you were auditioning for it, how many people we interviewed, Dave, that ended up putting on, like, you know, went for a costume fitting and ended up being like a stormtrooper bucket or a Mando helmet, and they're like, wait a minute, I'm in Star Wars.
Yes, I know. And right now is like every time we talk to one of the creators, it was
I was a fan as a kid.
Yeah, I was a fan as a kid, or I'm a fan now, or I just started like making the costumes and stuff, and then they needed somebody to put it on and be on screen, and boom.
Yeah,
And
didn't Amy Allen start that way? Because she worked in the special effects division.
Correct.
Isn't that
She
right?
worked for ILM, and she was working on something, and George was like, yes.
Yeah, I think like Amy, Dawn, I think Chris, all that same kind of that same kind of story. And it was Carrie's birthday that just happened. The anniversary of her death is coming up.
Yeah, December.
But it's you know, you gotta love the family. You gotta embrace, you know, what you love, and then once you realize that you're part of it, you kind of like, well, you surround yourself in it. You immerse yourself into the universe. But I think that goes as well. We could talk about that greatly about the fans themselves, whether or not we ever are in the Mandalorian or in a movie or anything of that nature. Once you get a bug of the fandom, and quite honestly, there are fans, and then there are fans who go to Celebration. I think you can honestly decipher that.
Well, you know,
like-
look at that. You know, this whole statement about the fans. You think about it. I mean, Ahsoka, which we're getting ready to watch tonight. So watch how I bring that full circle thing around. And you know, she was a character that was not at all adored by the fans to start off with, and then all of a sudden they caught on, and then they made her probably one of the more popular characters in all of Star Wars, and that's all about the fans saying, "Yeah, we like her."
And that is due in no small part to her performance and portrayal.
No, not at all. And we're not saying at all that if you've never got a Celebration that you're not a fan. No, you're very much a fan. I'm just saying is that the fans that have gone to Celebration are even more fanatical than you could even imagine, and it's its own entity of it as well. It just enhances. It doesn't make it better. I don't want to say that. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to demean anybody that's never been to a Celebration, but Celebration enhances your fandom in every capacity, in every sense possible. I mean, you know, if it wasn't for Celebration in itself, Celebration proper, and this group, you two would definitely not have, you know, been part of everything that's going on with what we're doing or anything of nature. And it all comes from a level of the love we have of Star Wars, not just because we found our tribe, as Skip likes to say.
Yes. Oh yeah, and it's a special thing. Celebration is great. It's any fandom specific con is really special for the fans of that con too. Is you know, you can go to all the Galaxy cons that you want to, and it's great and it's wonderful. But you know, there's Funkos and there's anime and there's manga and there's this celebrity and there's the third guy on the left that bumped his head on the door frame in one season of such and so. But like, you know, when you go to Star Trek Con in Vegas, when you go to Joe Con in Georgia, and absolutely, Scoob, is celebration makes Star Wars family. And you know, where else can you be in family, have a family of 30,000 people in just, you know, little poles and chains and lines and snaking it your way around everywhere.
I mean, speaking of like events like that, and here's Tom, who's a great member who we just saw in Nashville. I mean,
Hello.
ICC Con is very much, you know, obviously, you know, a very laid back kind of like element of celebration. You know, it's taking elements of celebration and bringing it to a smaller, you know, ratio, but at the same time, it's the spirit is there of celebration and the love of Star Wars in itself. You know, and this Star Wars is for everybody in that capacity. But like, you know, unfortunately, Skip couldn't be with us this time, but he went to it last year, and Dave was able to be there. And I experienced my first ICC Con, and it was so enjoyable because it was all Star Wars fans just talking about Star Wars, and that's it. And you could have had, I don't think we've ever had, you know, I think we might have saw like maybe one Spider-Man cosplay, but some incredible. Okay, and Ron Rudat, yep.
Yeah,
Great
I
head.
know.
But you know, celebration itself is its own egg, and we keep on talking about that. And that's obviously the bread and butter of here in the virtual cantina.
And it's coming up faster than you think.
Oh yes. And speaking of that, I see what you did there. We are still, and no matter what you might hear, people, there will be a not so virtual cantina happening in Japan.
Yeah.
Now, what I can say is that details of the not so virtual cantina are changing.
Yeah, because I can't even use the graphic that I have for it anymore.
But here's the thing: it is changing not only for the better, but it's changing to accommodate our fans, our family. And the reason of that is the original location that we were going to be in at the APA Hotel.
Now I can use it.
Yep.
Not happening. Nope, not this anymore. Nope.
It's going to be a redacted over.
Redacted.
But they got wind of what we were doing, and they flat out said we were going to potentially have way too many people to accommodate, which is not a bad thing. So we are working diligently to bring an event to Japan that's going to accommodate more guests, more family members that are wanting to hang out with us the night before. So stay tuned to Virtual Cantina Network. Hopefully we'll have an announcement for you guys in the next couple of weeks. But I think that it's going to be fun. Let's just put
It's
that
going to
way.
be an awful time.
Yeah, but the thing is the one thing I can always promise, hashtag shenanigans abound. Because there's always shenanigans when any of us are around.
And if we get the key to Spencer's room, it gets even worse.
That is never happening again. Ever. No one is ever getting the key to my room again. I'm not sharing a room with anybody that I know that's going to give off my key. No. Go ahead, Adrian. What a pleasure meeting Adrian and her kids and
yes.
I can't see that either.
And Scooby, that's really saying something.
Yeah, if Scooby can see that and Scooby can see Plagueis, then you know it's kind of like yeah. But no, but shenanigans are what makes our family great, quite honestly. It's why we travel across the country, across the world to spend 2 or 3 days with each other several times a year. You know, so it's always fun. But stay tuned for information about the Not So Virtual Cantina and in what. Oh, well, thank you very much, sir. I am doing great. I don't know if I'm a humanoid or not.
He is a meat popsicle.
Yeah, thank you very much. But I am doing well. There you go, redacted. Matt Ambrose over in England. Looking
Hey, Dave, you work fast.
That's absolutely redacted. So, well played, sir. But anyway, we're about 3 minutes out, so please make sure that you have your D plus machines all queued up for Ahsoka. Now, here's the thing right now. Right now, other than Ashley Eckstein, who is, I want to say Ahsoka Prime. Let's call her Ahsoka Prime.
I like that.
I like referring to Ashley as Snips. She is our Snips.
No, she's absolutely our Snips. But okay, let's just say that. I
just refer to her as my close and personal friend.
Yeah, well, not everybody has a bat phone to her. So, you and your milk buddies and your ketchup
my
friends.
milk buddies.
Yes. No, but other than Ashley, really, we don't really have an Ahsoka presence at Celebration yet. We got Acolyte, we got original trilogy, we got prequels. Obviously we have Disney Plus era, because that Tim slipped into both categories. I mean, who else do you guys think? I mean, obviously, I think I'm hoping for a Rosario, but I mean, to me, Lars. We need Lars to be at Celebration.
No, because then I have to drag my Rebels poster all the way over there.
Oh, like you wouldn't do it anyway.
Mine's small.
Skip, we're live right now. I don't think you want to put that.
Oh,
it's only 8 inches long.
There, and touche.
And it's after 9 p.m., so we can do that. Yes, we need Lars. His lines will be huge from the amount of stuff that he would sign between Rebels and Ahsoka. I think that he would be a great add to Celebration. I think that
his brother's been there.
His brother's going to be there. And technically, both of them were in London, because Lars came on for the panel. And Mads did sign in London, too. So Jude Law is going to be at Tokyo Comic-Con in the same building we're going to be going to in Chiba. Both him and Boyega.
And if some of you, I hope, and I don't know if you can still catch on to this, is Disney Movie Rewards is going away, going bye-bye. But they had one of their last things that I spent my last reward points on was a Skeleton Crew poster, like a double-sided movie poster that if you check out, the VCN is dropping very soon. There's an unboxing of that, and we'll show you. Yeah.
Did I catch that right? That the Disney or that the Star Wars Trading Post is going bye-bye at the Disney Springs?
Already gone.
Wait, the Trading Post is gone?
Gone.
What about the small?
There's a note on the door saying it's.
What about the other place, like by the Marvel store on the opposite end?
The other place down by the Marvel store is still there. So the one in the marketplace, I think that's the marketplace down there. That one still there. But the one that had all the sabers and stuff up by the lagoon and down from what was it?
Earl Sandwich.
Yeah. Nope. Empty.
Okay, well, this is going to be very interesting when I go there. I'm not planning right now. I'm planning to go back to Hollywood Studios on my next trip, and there's 2 things I need.
So hopefully it does say on the sign on the door that for your galactic cargo, you can visit Once Upon a Toy. So maybe they move some more of the stuff, but I can't imagine they put all the sabers and stuff in there.
I
think I will go down there December 5th and look around to see what I can find.
I need the Kylo helmet. I need that 3PO head.
Yeah.
And those are sold out online, I think.
Maybe I should do a live while we're down in Disney. Skip Ruckle live here at the Star Wars Trading Post.
You know something? I think that's a great idea. I'm glad I thought of it. Skip, you should be live. No, but anyway, guys, we're about that time right now, so please queue up your Disney Plus machines as we're about to watch episode 8. And Dave, whenever you're ready to hit that 10-second countdown.
Oh, yeah. All right, hold on, because there's like 3 things I need to do right there.
Simultaneously.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. And now. Timer's going. Things are going. We're watching. Oh, it's the recap. There's Mon Mothma.
Oh. Mrs. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yep.
Yes.
Thanks, Tom. Have a wonderful evening.
Have a good one.
Thanks, Tom. Have a good one.
Yeah, there was a comment earlier about that right there. Tom had multi-generational panel with Dennis Ewan and Ewan's daughter. And
why can't we put Mary Elizabeth in there as well?
Well, that's what I was saying. That's why that kind of made. Yeah. That was my segue.
The Ewan panel. 6 degrees of separation from Ewan McGregor.
Why not?
Love the purple hair. Totally fanboyed on that nice Natasha lady.
You know, besides this fandom, I have to give props, and if you've not watched it yet, Patti LuPone is a goddess. So if anybody's watched the most recent episode of Agatha All Along, 2 enthusiastic thumbs up.
I have got to catch up on that now that I have internet that actually... Of course, I've got to stop going into people's houses that are all busted up.
Yes, that too. And I was very happy that one of the Easter eggs that I picked up on musically in last night's episode of Agatha All Along, which was the same music utilized in X-Men Days of Future Past. Every Easter egg show I've watched, either been heavy spoilers or Screen Crush, all picked up on it as well. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm glad it was not just me.
Okay, we need season 2 to come on just because I freaking need to know what the heck the deal is with Stormtrooper with a face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the question arises, is that going to happen before or after the movie?
We don't know the time frame of the movie yet, which is interesting. Because...
Well, the question is, which movie is he talking about? You know, The Mandalorian and Grogu.
No, not that movie.
I still stand is going to be like a not a prequel, but like a midquel.
I think it's going to be a standalone movie. Whereas Filoni, because that's Favreau's movie. This is what are they calling it? The Empire or
Heir to the Empire.
Was that?
Yeah, the Heir to the Empire movie.
The Empire, the
Will we get Ahsoka season 2 before that or after that? I think before, but
and it could be too that we don't get Thrawn because he'll be in the movie, but we get episode 2 or season 2. I'm sorry, will be about Ahsoka and Sabine and their adventures stuck on this island here.
So let's do some spoiler alerts right now. Obviously, we all know that if you've not seen this, you've been living under a rock on Peridia. But
It's the naughties.
yeah, in the naughties. But let's talk about this. So if there's no way of hyperspace really at this current juncture for them to return back to the known galaxy, if they're heading towards Mortis, thoughts on the fact they used the world between worlds to travel?
Yeah, absolutely, because that's how the Force works.
Well, and the pen is mightier than the sword.
Shame.
Yeah, see, Gary, that's exactly it right there. Fill in some spots, like before, like just why Din Djarin and Grogu really bonded so much. That's the story. It's like the buddy cop movie. That's what I want. That's what I think we're getting. Okay, here's your spooky witchy crap. It's just like, what's going on there? They're like, what? We just like put the space quickening in her or something. I don't know.
She's being assimilated.
Yeah.
She's in a Borg.
Morgan aboard.
Where's Notman when we need to drop some Star Trek?
Are you
yeah,
really?
usually you start saying stuff about the Trek, and he just pops in the chat. I don't know.
Oh, I do call it my picture of Frakes. Even though I'm wearing a Star Trek shirt, I am still wearing a VCN hat because I'm going to cross-pollinate that.
Are you going to wear the "Don't Hawk the Trek"?
Should I?
Friends don't let friends hawk the Trek.
Yes, I'll have some of those pins with me, as well as our Wu-Tang patches.
Yeah, just slyly leave one of those on Frakes' table. Yeah, see how that goes.
The blade of
Or,
time.
Face the blade.
Or Michael Dorn.
Yes.
I just read that the girl who played She-Hulk is going to be in the new Star Trek show.
Yep.
Yeah, in the what is it, dude? Lower Decks? No.
I think it's Academy.
Oh, the Academy one. Okay.
Academy. Yep. Basically, the 7 of 9 continuation.
And she'll be at Rhode Island Comic Con next week as well.
I should be at Rhode Island Comic Con, but
You should. My Skip's number comes on my phone today, and the first thing I say is, "So what time am I picking up at TF Green?"
The Jedi, the Witch, and the Warlord. Like, Like, how many lawyers did they have to run that past? Is it close enough? Or are we going to get sued? Are we going to get a cease and desist?
To quote Chris Rock and Jay and Silent Bob, I think George Lucas is going to sue somebody. No.
There we go. This is like watching the OJ chase or something with this starship and all the bodies. Like,
you should, if there were strings underneath of the T6 to the naughty ships, it would have been like they're on the Macy's Day Parade.
yeah, it's the float.
Oh yeah, the Macy's Day float.
That's what we need, man. We need like a Snips balloon.
We've had Grogu for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Chasing the ball. You're not.
See, I have not watched the parade the last couple of years. I've been somewhat occupied.
So he's been isolated for 10 years, and he remembers how to build a lightsaber like it was like yesterday.
Like riding a bike.
He's a Jedi.
Well, yeah, but that analogy doesn't work for me because I don't know how to ride a bike.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, are we going to have fun in December?
I'm not learning how to ride a bike. I'm too old for that guy.
I got 100 feet of flat ground.
To quote Danny Glover, I'm too old for that shit.
Yeah, no, you're not.
There you go. See?
Amanda will really enjoy your attempts to stay on the bike.
That's not going to happen. My equilibrium is horrible.
I have one just like that.
Yes. Should have totally worked the parade, Sherry.
What a great emitter. Well, it's nice of him to make a secondary one in case. Well, here's the thing. Sure, I see those bicycles that's like the adult version of the tricycle, and I'm like, I will totally rock that. Like any day of the week. Put me on 2 wheels? No.
There you go.
Sabine feeling really bad about whether she's a good student or not.
Nope. She didn't want to answer that question.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if you think about about that student, but if you also remember, is that she really didn't have much time with her master, whereas Ezra had quite a bit of time with Kanan before Kanan's demise.
Well, and who's to say? We don't know yet. He's been in isolation for like 10 years, but has he learned to commune with Kanan in the Force? This could be happening.
Well, hey, if Luke could do that in Octu,
Luke, Octu, Liam, Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
It's a real interesting study into why the two of them did not get along.
We're talking about Ahsoka and Sabine?
Yes.
Well, Sabine also, if you have to remember the whole situation with Sabine, if you remember from Rebels about making that weapon that killed basically her family, she's had fear and regret in her life that could make her dangerous if she got tempted to do the dark side.
Love me some turtle people.
Fear is the path to the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, was that an apology? I'm not sure. Maybe.
Well, she said she's sorry. So doesn't that count? And she said, I know. We all know that I know in Star Wars doesn't necessarily mean the actual text of it. It's the subtext that matters.
Well, Sherry, I don't know if we have to know if Kanan learns the Force Ghost or if that's just to manifest a Force Ghost, or can you commune with them in the Force? Because remember, Ezra has been in the world between worlds. Does that have any sort of lasting effect? Can he?
I have to say, I really like this scene right here where she's reflecting back on her relationship with Anakin and how no matter what happened, Anakin always had her back. And that she's sitting there going, I need to have Sabine's back no matter what happens. I need to back her. It was a really cool aspect of season 1 and putting all the tension that they've been seeing throughout this whole show, putting it away.
I try. That means no.
Do or do not.
Popcorn's done.
Coolest part.
Oh, my wife's in the other room sending things to the printer right next to me. I'm like, really?
Being a Jedi is not about how to wield a lightsaber. No, it's about floating rocks. Didn't you hear?
Yeah, that's what that's about. Well, look, made a lightsaber. See, this is part of the little cheesy part about this that I didn't love. Is some of the best part of last episode was him kicking ass without a lightsaber. And now, I need a lightsaber.
Well, this says I divorced my ally. We joked about this last week, and then 2 seconds later, give me a blaster.
No.
Yeah, but see, he just saved the day by not using a lightsaber. And the turtle people move.
Well, holding up the ship.
Can we just get one roadkill, please?
Shoot him. Shoot him. Shoot him.
We just got one squish turtle.
Here we go.
Crack the shell.
Uh-oh. Yeah, she holdo maneuvered him. And that didn't go well.
Yeah,
So
like
it reminds me of remember in Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, when Rocket takes a little pod and goes right through stuff and it's outside nowhere.
Oh yeah, because the construction pods are nearly indestructible.
Right.
That ship was not nearly indestructible.
Nope.
Hu Yang's like, you effed up my ride.
Well, yeah, I mean that's like Hu Yang's house. Is he's got all his favorite parts and it's not like you can crank it like to the nearest star base or call AAA. You're on a planet on the other side of the galaxy that you can only get there inside of a space whale.
So like, I can't get any signal.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, nope. You're gonna have to find Misty Rosas or Nick Nolte or.
Yes.
And again, why does Funky Stormtrooper dude have like a digitally synthesized voice? Why?
Why is he wearing a skirt?
Why not?
That belt is screaming like, you gained weight, sir. Like, it's not holding your stomach in that much.
And now they ride the Space Wolves.
Yep.
Speaking of Space Wolves, last week we talked about, would it be great if there was a figure of Wolfie? Hey, look what came out for Black Series.
And there you go. It's a kilt. That's right. It's not a skirt.
It's a pest, Kay.
Because if people call it a skirt, they got killed. Yes, Wolfie gets a figure.
Well, she said it's sad for Sabine. The best part of the whole Renfell was wiped out being Rosa Ray. Yeah. I can't wait till Mark next week going up to James Arnold Taylor with his quirky crease One True Mandalore t-shirt.
Yeah, that's going to be. Well, why wouldn't you take this? If you can take a Star Destroyer, you take a Star Destroyer.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, so the naughties are apparently, the same as the, dang it, can't think of the name, the little pig people. Ugnaughts.
Nuts.
Well, also don't forget, I mean, the Mon Calamari were able to MacGyver fixing the Razor Crest. They literally MacGyver that thing.
Do not denigrate the name of MacGyver referring to what they did to the Razor Crest. Oh, next time.
Well, next week, the three of us, one of us will talk to Katie about Corky Trees. I'm going to call you guys the whole time. Like, where are you? I got a seat waiting for you in the panel, man.
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
We talked about this last week. It's amazing how, by the fact of Ron knowing who Ahsoka's master was, would know what her strategy would be.
Woo!
And immediately knowing that he's about to be screwed because if she's anything like her master, he is in deep caca.
Well, he was unpredictable. He was a loose cannon. Remember, like in that one scene of in season 7 of Clone Wars, they had a standoff with the troopers, and he gave up, but it was just to get himself closer to take care of everything.
Well, even the what was the Thrawn book where
just in time. Woo! Uh-oh, they're inside. Now you're in trouble.
You know what would have been great if she lost her helmet and then last second before it closes, she went and grabbed it out of Indiana Jones.
Oh. Again, I need to know why the stormtroopers are zombies, damn it.
Season 2. And are those... And what really is the red tape doing?
Okay. I do not love the Ahsoka lightsaber choreography in this part. Later, spoilers, good stuff. But in this part, it's just all twirly in the same twirly motion over and over again. It's like, dude, come on. But let's go the idiot or something.
That shot of the 3 of them with sabers, that screams 11:14 with some nice paint pens.
And again, they're zombie things, presumably the same kind of zombie dooflachis that Marok was, but yet they don't turn to green smoke.
Why are they saying Klaatu Verata Necto?
Kalima! No. Breaking the metaphors.
Both of them.
So is this an actual language or something here? Because there's subtitles that looks like Latin.
Flamantagu.
Yeah.
And
there they go.
And this is when it became Halloween.
Yep. And that's why we're watching this episode on spooky season.
Straight out of Evil Dead.
Yep. Ezra's right now saying F. Right now, Ezra's saying FML.
Well, how has Ezra been on this planet for 10 years and didn't know this shit? Has he not killed one before?
No, they didn't do that. They didn't do this originally.
His chainmail is all trooper dog tags.
So yeah. So why did Ezra is hi, a little warning, please. Big honking, aren't you a little tall to be a stormtrooper?
Aren't you a little cold?
Be almost like Eunice being a stormtrooper.
Yeah, didn't we see this week? It was that news that Eunice is it having a kid, or was it
it's pregnant again. Nice move. She's been training. She just said she hasn't been training literally 5 minutes ago.
Well, again, how long did Luke train in episode 4?
How long did Rey train?
Rey trained?
Exactly. Grogu had more training.
No, she did lots of training in Rise of Skywalker, or leading up to it.
Yeah, I mean, it all happened off screen. That was a really long ride to Alderaan on the Falcon, right? There was a lot.
Now Morgan's like, you asshole.
Yeah, it's like you drugged me all the way across the galaxy for me to have to freaking sacrifice myself. Come on.
That's not
And,
cool.
and the great
Or-
mothers like deuces, bitches.
Yep, they're out.
In the infamous words of my dog Seamus, this is bullshit.
Well,
Seamus, he
but
says
they
that all the time when I say you're not getting any more for it. Food.
but the sisters were there with Thrawn. They didn't come with Morgan. So,
Right.
yes, they were.
She's being left as a sacrifice, which is
Yes, little
again,
baby Wookiee.
this is some bullshit, you know. She's like,
Oh, here
I
we
had
go.
a cook. She's like, I had a cushy position as a magistrate. It was great, and now I'm stuck in this place.
Yeah.
And can you just feel the fact that she really is an expert swordsman, trying not to kill somebody who's pretending to be a swordsman?
Well, and the level of, they're just gonna sneak around the outside. It's like, wait, isn't the entire lesson of Star Wars is we should take them together?
Well, yeah. Hello, going back to
And how many times do they do that?
well, episode 3. Anakin learned his lesson after he lost his arm. But he learned his lesson.
Now, who's fighting here in all of these? Do we know?
Michelle Lee is one, and Natalia.
Mm.
Michelle Lee, who was at Boonta Eve in Skull and Villainy. Natalia, who was on the show with you guys.
Oh, so much for that. Oh. It's like there's nothing real in there. You stab them in the heart with a lightsaber. It's like you don't care.
Oh, of course, one. I love the scene where it's coming up so that you finally see the skeleton or the zombified face inside the bucket. You know how we've always seen fan fiction art of that.
Oh yeah. Oh. All right, backwards lightsaber holding.
You see, when Ahsoka was looking up, was the perfect time for Morgan stabby.
You know, there's this little thing called the Force, Sabine. Now would be a good time to use it. You know, instead of hitting him like the Force, you know. See, I felt this was slightly less dramatic with her calling the saber because she'd allegedly been helping open the door. You know, she's already been using the Force. If the Force hadn't worked for her up until that moment, that would have been cool.
Well, she could have moved the cup early in the season, so
yeah. But like a very simple little part of had Ahsoka not asked Sabine to help him when he was opening the door, if she was just riding, you know, both hands on the wolf dog.
Yeah, actually, that is kind of important that Diana, being the skilled swordsman she was, helped a little with the choreography, and you can see it.
Uh-oh. Now we got all the zombie troopers. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they can get there.
Uh-oh. Another Hot Toys. Right. We don't know, Sherry, if she was successful, but I'm saying it leads you to question, was she, wasn't she, and then she could do door. They needed to give us a definitive. Was she able to open the door? Was she not? Was she not even try? And that would have made that slightly more powerful. Okay, here we go. There's your Matrix scene. Whoa! Woo! It's like the Mario midair jump. You jump and then jump. Ooh!
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Wow!
Do we
Regenerate.
know what was put into the trading post?
What? Who?
What went in there? Right now, it's an empty store.
Which is an empty store?
Yeah, for now.
Yeah, is that they said that they don't know what's gonna happen to it. It doesn't say anything. Oh,
So I have to say is that when we were there for the first family vacation, obviously it was in the middle of COVID, and a lot of the stuff from Galaxy's Edge was moved there. But I actually enjoyed both versions of the store being so filled with merchandise that the last couple of times I've gone to both those stores, they've just been like empty.
I mean, I like the fact that in the trading post you can get things that are not in world.
Right.
Uh-oh. She didn't listen. Whoa. Backward saber. Whoa.
You did.
Bye.
It was a nice run.
That could have been a slightly more dramatic wound. It would have been fun if it had, like, mauled her and cut her in half or something.
I was just thinking that she should have been mauled.
Then she'd come back next season with spider legs.
Sort of like you ever see the '90s version of Lost in Space with Gary Oldman?
And was that the one with Lacey Chambert and Matt LeBlanc? Yep.
But when he turns into Dr. Smith, but with the spider legs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, put on the helmet.
Because everybody can see better with a helmet on.
Yes.
Man, this is the way.
Which?
They're like, wait, that's our house. You're about to shoot our house.
As Thanos said, rain fire! Sir, our troops.
And shoot. They did the thing.
It's sort of like when Marty McFly jumps off the top of Biff Casino. Yep. There's a lot of theories that Doc knew how to be there because in other versions, Marty died.
Well. Yeah, well, any time travel movie opens up the levels of craziness. It's like, how many times have we done this to get it right? And we go back and we go back and we do it again. And...
Yeah, if you don't see the body, they're not dead.
Yes, exactly. Nobody has ever really gone.
Well,
and
they talked about
adding to the questions that we need to see in season 2, why the hell is there gold aluminum foil all over the Mark II?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's that Japanese, melding technique that they'd used in Rise as well with Kylo's helmet.
Thrawn is being all Thrawny, all villain. It's like we got to do the exposition and talk them to death before we just like punch the button.
That was a nasty cut.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh, you gonna be Vader?
I forgot what a nasty line that was. Running like you belongs here.
Well, I just found it interesting that's such a very, Earth word that you put in there. You attach there.
She should have deployed a towing cable.
Like in that really old movie where they no.
Thanks, Peter.
Yes.
Boy, you dropped all the lines in that one.
The wings of the T6, like they're either straight up like this or they're like that. It would have been kind of cool if you remember in the JJ version of Star Trek.
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
We were talking about didn't exist. That never happened. No.
I enjoyed that ship with the red matter. That was a great movie. I thought that was a great movie. The sequel is horrible.
Yeah.
Ta-da. Yub.
The best part of that movie was sabotage.
You missed that. Yub. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da,
Yeah.
ta-da, 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 ta-da.
Well, they're back. Got their little, cable, their rabbit-eared antennas.
But where's Ezra?
Well, they know where Ezra is. Well, they could just tell him. But they're like, there's your. Is that an owl? Is that the owl?
Yes, it's Morai.
That is the owl. What is her name?
Morai?
Morai, yeah. And she's going to be in Rhode Island, isn't she?
Yes, Shinhati. I thought you were talking about Morai. I actually has one, the big stuffed Morai from Nashville that I picked up there. I get your next
No, I want to meet
The ones that
Shinhati.
they're making out of Hedwig are really cool.
I want to meet.
Yeah, here it is. Like, what the heck?
This was so cool. I freaked out when I saw this scene.
The father. I still don't get that.
It's going to be interesting. There's a lot of things open that could open up out of this.
Mm-hmm.
And this episode could have ended about 14 times.
Yeah, so could have Lord of the Rings, but we didn't see that happening either.
Yeah. It's like, that could have been the end. Him standing on the hand. We're done.
Yep. This scene of them going to Dathomir could have been the extra scene.
Yeah. That's a lot of
Death Troopers.
I would love for him to say it's being put there by top men.
There you go.
It looked like the military base where they kept the Ark.
It does. No, you're right. This whole level of we just let a random ship. Didn't we not learn the lesson about letting a random ship land and
Chopper should be out front. Guns are blazing. Dum, bum,
And again, why did we choose to walk out with the helmet on? We know that this is a rebellion ship. Drama.
Yeah, it was a little stupid.
Drama pants.
No, it was a lot stupid. He should have got rid of the Stormtrooper outfit.
And how does Chopper know? Did Chopper smell him? What's up?
No, he's sensing him.
So when you try to say that Chopper senses the Force, is he like R5?
No, he's using his sensors to detect his blood pressure, his, everything.
X-ray vision. Chopper knows. Yeah. Over dramatic. It's like, like the kind of Jedi that's going to end up, flying a TIE fighter with the Force from on top. This was some good face acting right there.
Yeah.
That like the expression on her face was pretty nice. She's
like, well, it's cool to see you, but was it my imagination or are 2 more people supposed to come with you?
It's like there was a hand. What happened to the hand?
And we just saw the ghost. Does anybody know when we're getting our ghosts?
Yeah, I'm not. Again, there's a history of missed hugs in the new Star Wars. It's like, why didn't that happen?
Like the Chewie Leia thing. Exactly.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
December's the rumor. Weren't we supposed to get it like this month?
Well, they're apparently shipping a crap ton of stuff because I've gotten notifications for the 2 in the box and the Dragonfly in the last couple of weeks.
I'm supposed to get my helmet, I think November 1st.
2 in the box, ready to go. We be fast and they be slow.
They be slow.
Speaking of that, did you see Ecto 1?
Nope.
I meant to text you about that.
Yep. Nope.
Another week, and I will get my helmet.
Which helmet is that?
I think he's got Commander Wolf helmet.
Oh yeah, I did not order that one. There is one that I have on order, but I don't. It's not that one.
Would have been great if she saw Kanan.
Yeah, well, they were going to, but Freddie canceled.
Because Freddie's a diva who thinks that he knows more about Star Wars than Dave Filoni.
He canceled New York Comic-Con last week.
ICCC last year.
Because he was at Disneyland.
I don't know why he actually signs up for them. He goes to less of them than he actually signs up for.
Yep.
Oh, look.
At that moment, I think she realizes that Anakin is at peace, and so that she's never going to go over to the dark side. That's my read of what that facial language was.
I trained you well.
That's a great scene.
Would have been great if his eyes turned red there and then they
No.
Well, it could be that he could be there, he's going to guide her through, or they'll be like the Last Crusade where he has to guide her through all the little traps or whatnot to get through the temple. It's like, remember, Jehovah is spelled with an I.
The booty traps?
Yes.
It's a good show.
Yes, it
I
is.
enjoyed this thoroughly. I don't know, honestly, if I was not so enthralled and in love with Rebels, if I would have liked it as a standalone, if we didn't already have that.
Yeah, I think for this to really get its full impact,
I don't care what Filoni says. You have to watch Rebels.
you had to watch either Rebels or Clone Wars. You had to have some Ahsoka backstory. I mean, the Rebels one is the one that's really applicable because you get Ezra and Sabine in that too. But
It's wrong.
Well,
Like,
the world between worlds does not work without the understanding of what had happened in the past.
right, but the world between worlds and Mortis, that whole arc was explained in Clone Wars before Rebels.
Yeah, but
Like
it just
the
doesn't work.
beacon
It
light-
doesn't work without some previous Ahsoka knowledge. If you
Well,
have no,
we were just talking
Go ahead.
about the beacon light that Galen Skull is looking at. That was the same beacon light that Anakin saw in the Clone Wars.
So, the
yes, Ashley.
backstory stuff.
Ashley, I think you're right. He had to say that so that people would watch it. But you clearly get a better understanding of this, having seen both Clone Wars and Rebels.
But hey, you know something? If you don't understand it and you didn't watch Rebels, there's a whole show that just came out on the Virtual Cantina Network every Monday night called Clone Wars Revisited.
Welcome, citizens of the Republic. Tonight, you're joining us for another edition of Clone Wars
He's saying
Revisited.
it like over and over again, so he does not forget on Monday. And he's going to pull what we did, Dave, and he's going to love it as soon as he gets on air.
Yeah, it'll be live on Monday, and I won't be able to say that to save my life.
And Craig. Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Dave, what is happening on the final week of spooky season here at the VCN?
So many spooky season things is this Sunday. You will be able to watch our spooky season special for the Unifying Force. And then Monday, Clone Wars Revisited. Clone Wars Revisited not deviating as much as Rebels. They're not, taking the side path and then, the summer snips and the this and the that.
7 seasons. We can't do that.
No, they're going to be doing this till they're 90. So they're going straight through and they're plowing on with, what is it, episode 4, I believe, this time?
Episode 4. We're at least finished with Malevolence.
Yes.
However you say that.
They're
They're
getting done with the 47 episodes of General Grievous's introduction. But you still got to do the Grievous introduction that's in the micro series. Just so we're waiting on that. But then Tuesday, Zoom. Yeah, we'll talk about spooky things. We'll talk about what's going on in Halloween, all the things, in anything and everything that we want to talk about on the Zoom. And then Wednesday, we've got Daughters of the Galaxy coming up next week. And then next week, this time, same bat time, same bat channel, it will be the finale of our watch along of spooky season on Halloween itself. And we're going to be watching the Star Wars actual Halloween-y spooky stuff is Lego Star Wars Terrifying Tales. Wow.
Yes, we're going to be doing this into our 90s, just like Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine.
Yep.
That's where that came from.
Yes. Wait, you finally saw the movie?
Yes, I have seen the movie.
I didn't know that you saw the movie.
I have finally seen the movie, yes. Yep. We went ahead and we bought that and we all watched that together. I don't know, it was a week or two ago? Yeah.
Did you enjoy it immensely?
I did enjoy the movie. Now, technically, there are now 2 Wolverines, and not just one Blade, but 2 Wolverines.
Well, the Calvarine.
The Calvarine.
Yes. I did see something that it looked like it was all over the fandom that there's going to probably be a Deadpool Christmas special because there's things being shown of Lindell and Ryan Reynolds.
Yep, I saw those images today as well.
Is that going to be the Marvel holiday special?
I thought they do it better than George did.
Hey, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, listen, if Ryan Reynolds is involved, I wouldn't be surprised if they did almost a shot-for-shot remake of the Star Wars holiday special with Marvel characters just to spoof it.
I could see that.
It's like, there's 25 minutes of Deadpool being silent and, watching Wookiee porn. I don't doubt that he would do that.
It wouldn't be Wookiee porn. It would be unicorn.
Yes.
Or 25 minutes of them coming up with different ways to say doing drugs like they did.
Yes. Oh, yes, absolutely. So technically we have another Wolverine as well. So I don't think she's been so live action. She hasn't been introduced as Wolverine yet, though. I would hope that that's coming when they do like the
Young Avengers. She would technically fit into that mold if they wanted to throw her in there.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. But because right after the next saga is going to be the mutant saga. So who knows? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really do appreciate it. As we are getting ready, also in 2 weeks, we also start our November movies we are thankful for, and a whole slew of those movies are things to get us ready for Skeleton Crew.
Yes.
And I can say that our first movie that we are going to watch in 2 weeks is going to be Goonies.
Woohoo! Yeah, that I think has got to be, that's the most similar to what I feel the concept of Skeleton Crew sounds like it's going to be. It's Space Goonies.
So I will be very upset.
It will be the first time that I watched it in its entirety.
What? Rock? What? Okay. Who are these people I'm with? He can't ride a bike. He hasn't ever seen Goonie. What?
So I'm going to be very upset if the whole MacGuffin of Skeleton Crew is the dagger of Oshi going to the Death Star like this, like it's the doubloon. Just saying.
All of these things integrate the universes.
Yes.
We'll get to see Jaleel finally.
Yes.
And then he can finally start talking about it every time we see him. Because Lord knows Dave and I have run into him multiple times.
Dave's come close a couple of times to get him to slip some stuff.
Come on.
Dave's like, what do you mean you can't talk about it? It's on your poster over there.
Yeah. And he's sitting there looking at his handler, and his handler's looking at us going, what? Never mind. Nope, don't mind us.
Yes. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We hope to see you next week, and we hope to see all you that are able to make it to Rhode Island next weekend. We hope to see you there, and we'll miss those who are not with us. But anywho, from Dave, from Skip, and Spencer, we're saying, may the force be with you.
Good night, citizens of the Republic.
Like, subscribe, and share. Yes.
Ding, ring the bell. Ring, ringy, dingy, dingy, ding, ding.
Yeah, that thing.
May the force be with you always.